is Adult Swim streams, which ended airing live last week. Them in chat, and let's go. All right, we're gonna start Skater XL by Easy Day Studios. I've played this game for a couple months now. I haven't beaten all the little sections that they have. They're little like things you have to do, and my buttons aren't working on my controller. There we go. They're like tasks that you have to do by doing like certain tricks. I'll put the music on for the game. Let me know. Or actually, I'm not going to put the music because it'll probably get taken away. But yeah, this will be the stream. Just chilling. And the Ted Turner biopic. And then talking about the streams, Adult Swim streams. The best streaming that there ever was, ever did. Ever done saw from William Street, Atlanta, Georgia. This level is like their school level. It has a lot of elements that you would find at like plazas, schools, benches, yada yada yada. So let's find something to do, or maybe we'll try to do some of the objectives. Ooh. Actually, here. Let's put on some of the things, like, where are we? Displaying the controller, so we kind of explain how you play the game. So, basically, there's two sticks to control both feet. So you have the left stick that counts as like your front, and the back stick is your back foot. So like to do just a normal ollie, press back on the right stick, straight, and then just let it out. For a bigger ollie, both sticks, all the way down, and then just release. And then there's also, you can tweak the way that they perform the tricks. See right there, kind of ollieing and then pushing the foot forward and push the board out. Or as well, you can do like ollie north, which is where you remove the front foot from the board when you do the ollie. I'm on my YouTube studio and it's saying it's not streaming, but looks like I'm live. I'm gonna check real quick. I don't know, the YouTube studio changed. I might jump over to Twitch, I don't know. YouTube kind of is not looking that cool right now. If I'm live, I can hear my voice, so that's good. Alright, let's go do some fade to black bangers on some big ass rails. Big A's. Rip ass streams. Oh look, there's a viewer. That viewer's me. Ooh. Other than the two sticks, you have like square to do normal push, or X. I guess that controls like your back leg. You can set if you're like regular or goofy. So I'm obviously regular right here. X will be my back foot, and then square will be my front. So if I want to do Mongo, which is always good taste to do that Mongo push. Especially over Switch. So I'm going to try to stream for about an hour. Obviously, there's a lot of people out there like myself working. My hours were cut due to the COVID. It's definitely a lot worse than it was last year. So Mondays I'm going to try to be streaming either gaming or if I could film some stuff like a pre-record. Oh, wrecked on this. Wrecked on this. Ooh, almost the back tee. Almost that back tee. Oof, leg stuck in the rail. I do skate. I cannot perform any of these tricks. I might be able to do that one. I can do those. But I'm a pretty casual gamer, just like I'm a casual skater. Haha. So let's set this up. Do the big boy. It's like the kind of a replica of the Leap of Faith. Can't remember what school in California it is, but it's a gigantic set of stairs. Let's see if we can back tell this one. Nope. Ooh, good land. Go Tigers. So, I used to do a lot of streaming, which was under the title of the Joe Riley Power Hour, which I would sometimes have, well, I always had a guest. Sometimes it was my friend Cody, or I'd have on the Diaz brothers. You can check them out. I have, I believe, a list of all past live streams, which would be the Joe Riley Power Hours. Just kind of like a free format show where I'd have like pre-recorded segments, like what was it, Get to the Point. We had like Model Mondays where we would make models. Lots of music stuff involved, and then kind of like unplanned kind of comedy, trying to be funny. Years ago, and I have definitely stopped. I need new gear. I want to get a PC that has a good video card. This Mac that I have right now is not cutting it, and I am not planning on purchasing any Mac products in the future. I'm kind of over Macintosh. So hopefully I can get a sweet PC to start streaming more. Definitely like streaming with like other people other than just myself. It's kind of boring. Really would be if I could have somewhat of an audience so I could chat with y'all. It's not really fun just doing this all by myself. Or as well having like a guest maybe through Zoom or those online, or not online, but those computer chatting software things, group chats. Nice. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. So the game's pretty fun just to wander around, do tricks on obstacles, find things, or try to do like lines. But let's open up the achievement stuff and then see. I have some of probably the harder ones to do. So they call them challenges. Let's get some challenges done. Okay, manuals. And so they'll kind of have an explanation, or not explanation, but a visual demonstration of what you need to do to complete the challenge, and then they'll show you as well in the lower left on the controller what you need to do on the controller to perform the trick. So let's get started. Knock some out. Yeah, can do it. Or I guess. It kind of, you don't have to do them exactly how it says. If you do the trick kind of in the space, and land, and then do the trick again kind of thing, it'll still count it, I guess. And those manis, alright, this should be easy. Should be. Dang, day one manuals. Kickflip manual, that's what I'm talking about. Not flip. Let's try again. Ollie. Let's get in that manual. Come on, get in the manual. Bug. Try again. Ugh. Ollie. Manual. Okay, let's do the flip. There we go. That was a sweet little... I like how the kick flips. I know, like, I played the that used like the sticks to skate, and a lot of people were talking about how, like, in that game, the tricks, you couldn't really tweak them; they all look the same. So, like, while playing this game, you'll see some pretty sweet stuff happen if you're not, like, not exactly perfect with the way that you perform the analog stick manipulation or whatever. Oh my gosh. Okay. Kickflip, manual kickflip, ollie, kickflip, double flip, shred Nars. Oh, that was sick. That was sick totes, brah. Okay, let's do this one and then we'll play around. I can do this trick. 13 minutes into the stream, maybe around 30, we'll do the Ted Turner biopic to the sky. Oh man, obstacle. Pretty quiet, but I don't want to play the music because obviously everyone knows if you play music on YouTube, it will get flagged or whatever. And I don't want to give money to some people sitting in an office somewhere in some other place that just are getting money for doing nothing, just claiming videos for music that they probably don't even have rights to. So let's shred. Let's shred Nars. Oh yeah, this is the one to do. This is the, like, replica leap of faith. Here we go. Bam! Margera. Oh dang. That's kinda awkward. Oh, you didn't like that. Ollie Hill. Probably do that trick 1 out of, what, 50 times? I don't know. Definitely didn't skate a lot this year, but I think a lot of us didn't do a lot of anything this year, right? Definitely walked more in height, but skateboarding, no, I didn't do a lot this year. Whoa, transfer. So, like skateboarding, I started skateboarding when I was in high school, probably like around 16 or 17, like the early millennia. I'm an old dude, I'm 36. I started skating probably 2000. So like I grew up playing the T-Hawk games, definitely want to get the Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2, but I ain't paying full price for that. I'm waiting until that's cheap. You know what I'm saying? With the way that video games are nowadays, I think a lot of people, we should just start waiting till the games are cheaper. Definitely expensive hobby, but most hobbies expensive, but definitely pays to be smart about how you spend your money. And I mean, we can wait a couple months. We don't have to play the newest games immediately when they start, especially like consoles. I never buy video game consoles like the first year they were out. I always wait a good year or two, especially like when they are cheaper. Like, I mean, 2 years into a game console, they'll be like $100 to $100 cheaper. I mean, they'll be at that like $299 price. That's what I do. Don't buy these things when they're brand new, paying the full price, or even buying from scalpers, resellers. It's horrible. People think they can make money by just buying up a stock of something and then selling it for double the price. They ain't doing nothing. All they're doing is just buying up the stock. They ain't providing any service that warrants them having double the price. But let's switch topics. This is the Pizza Life channel. Hopefully soon we'll have some merchandise to purchase with Pizza Life on it, like stickers, shirts, and then maybe have those as like giveaways for streams or to support causes. I definitely am an introverted person, and so one of the things I started doing a couple years ago is I got involved with my skate park community for us to get a new one, and I definitely working for people, I guess, like community service or just public service kind of things. It's definitely a good way to meet people and also kind of get out of your shell, because I mean, it's the goal, you know, we wanted the skate park. So if you want something, go for it, do it, just go for it. You'll definitely learn from the process, and especially being a skateboarder, don't be afraid to fall or fail. You know you're gonna fail. Be prepared for it and accept it and just laugh it off, because that's what life is. Stuff coming at you. Whoa, varial heel to front board. That looked tight. And smash. Alright, so about 20 minutes into the stream, let's go to a different level. So that was the Easy Day High School, the replica of like a basic California high school college campus. They have the big ramp. Downtown Los Angeles, California Skate Park, and West LA. Out of these, I probably do the Easy Day High School, downtown Los Angeles. Nah, probably Easy Day High School and like the California Skate Park is what I do the most. Let's try out Hudland, which I haven't done in a while. I think this game has been out, so let's see here. I have a case. I might have my receipt in the case. Yes, I do. So I pre-ordered and got it around like July 2020. So I'm almost about half a year in, and I know next year, or pretty soon, they will have new DLC for the game, which will be awesome. I guess these are made from the PC version, but there's a lot of user-created stuff with the community of people that play this game. I'm only casual, so I don't know everything about it. Sick. Love in here. Whoa, cool. Smash. Kaplam. Maybe next time I'll figure out how to play music on the PlayStation 4. I'll play maybe some fish music from my favorite show. Or was my favorite show, Fish Center Live. There is lots of Fish parody songs by Chris Harrison, who has a Bandcamp with all the Fish songs on them. So it's probably like Bandcamp. Christopher Harrison, or J. Christopher. Check out his Fish tunes. There's like maybe four different albums he has. I believe they're all just like ask your own price. So go buy them. Listen to them. They're funny. And then I'll try to have those next week when I stream. Viewers out there, just talking to the ether. It's alright. I hardly have been talking to any people lately, so get all my talking out, I guess. Sick. Alright, the perfect landing for a frontside 360 tray double flip. Whatever that is. Yeah, some of these tricks are just too complicated for me. Alright, let's session this little hover thing over here. Plot by spot by pushing down on the controller pad. Nice. And then to go back to your spot, you'll push up on the controller pad again. I hope this is helping people kind of get an idea of what the game is like the controls and stuff. It kind of takes some time to learn it, but once you do, it makes total sense. Kind of like how they figured out the controls for this. That EA game, oh man, I wish I knew the name of it, or I could remember the name of it. It was very similar, but I've heard from a lot of people that it's different. I never owned that game, which was probably like on PlayStation 3. I didn't do the PlayStation 3. Bought the 4 about 2 years ago, or 3. Like I said, never buy a console when it's new. Get that console cheaper, and as well, it's going to be better quality. Like, you ain't going to worry about glitches or manufacturer problems and stuff like that. They pretty much figured that out after a couple years, and as well, they've made enough of them that they have the price point down, or they've made so many of them by that period that they're not losing money anymore, and that's when they start becoming cheaper. Little things like the consoles, they don't really make money. They make money off of you buying the games for them. And then the companies like Sony, Xbox, Nintendo, they will get a little cut of the game, I believe. Like licensing, or I don't know what I'm saying, but don't buy new. Buy the stuff Or, I mean, if you have the money, go ahead. It's your life. But even if they save some money, which I'm trying to do this year, by buying these games and stuff, after they've been out for a while and they're at that cheaper, like, $20 price. I mean, who doesn't like $20 games? Whoa! That'd be a rough just. I want to hit that hubba! Hubba dubba dubba! Let's hit the hubba! That's what I'm talking about. Hubba dubba. Get this line in. Oh! Kicked out. The game will with like the or not gravity, but the physics of the game, sometimes just like weird stuff will happen from landing on objects weird or funny, which is kind of fun. I like games where there might be some kind of like glitchiness. I like weird stuff, like glitches and like the assets missing or something. I don't know. I like the strange and the weird. Oh, sick. I escaped top of that thing. Okay. Slow roller. Gonna go for that slow roller, but here we go. Here we go. Maybe I should have advertised this. Whoa. People to watch. I am based Pacific Northwest, so it is 8:58 today, Monday, November 30th. So, I mean, all you East Coast people are probably looking at them. But, us younger people, we're not working. We stay up late and sleep late, right? What? Tray flip to the whatever? Buddy, get on it. The blunt. The blunts in this game kinda look weird. But it's like, they are the kind of harder trick to perform. Excuse me. I'm drinking coffee, got a little hiccup. Good stuff. Dang, bah. What was that? To it. Tasty. Ugh. At least I'm not crashing. Right. Ooh. Pimp status. Pimp daddy. Ew. Board is stuck to his feet. Namaste-in. Alright, let's do different map. Get that loading, and I'll begin part 1 of the Ted Turner biopic in the sky. Get some music going too. Never play it. Let's do the West LA Courthouse, which is kind of replica of some famous spots in California, mecca of skateboarding. I'll load this up. and then we'll be right back. All right. My name is James Brighter, and this is the Ted Turner biopic in the sky. Chapter 1 of Call Me Ted, written by Ted Turner, early years. Should we start with chapter 1, or should we probably do the preface? That's maybe good for the part 1, maybe. And then let's move this guy to have a kind of cooler background or something. There we go. That's fine enough for a background, I guess. Ted Turner biopic in the sky. Preface. People have been after me for years to tell my story, but I was always too busy living my life to consider stopping to write about it. I've always resisted because I don't spend a lot of time dwelling on the past or thinking about myself. In fact, one of the reasons I think I've been able to accomplish as much as I have is because I prefer to live in the present while spending my spare moments thinking about the future. But since stepping away from my company, I've had the opportunity to reflect. I realize that my life has been an amazing ride, and that now might be a good time to finally work on a book about it. What follows are my best recollections of the full scope. Let's start that paragraph again. What follows are my best recollections of the full scope of my life, from my childhood to my business career, my time in the competitive sailing, my ongoing effort in philanthropy, and of course my family life. Some friends, family members, and colleagues have also been kind enough to contribute some anecdotes of their own. I've tried to tell my story in a way that you'll find interesting, entertaining, and maybe even a little inspiring. I've accomplished a lot, but nothing was ever handed to me, and I've had to bounce back from numerous setbacks. My childhood wasn't easy, and I lost my father and my sister tragically, and too young. When I began sailing, I lost race after race and nearly died at sea a few times. But I stayed with it long enough and hard enough. Let's say it again. But I stayed with it long enough and hard enough to become a world-class champion skipper. After buying the Atlantic Braves, I suffered through a dismal string of losing seasons before we turned it around and eventually won the World Series. Through a lot of hard work and a little bit of luck, I built a successful media company and a large fortune, only to get pushed aside and lose 80% of my wealth, all within a 2-year period. Don't worry about me, though. I'm figuring out how to get by on just a couple of $1 billion. As I built my wealth, I grew more active in land conservation and philanthropy, and trying to solve some of the more serious challenges facing our planet has given me more satisfaction than I have ever experienced in business. While I've struggled unsuccessfully to maintain my marriages, I'm pleased to have raised 5 terrific children. And as I approach my 70th birthday, I'm happy to have my health, lots of energy, and plenty of challenges I plan to tackle before I'm through. Going back through it all has reminded me that my life really has been pretty interesting, and I hope you have as much fun reading about it as I've had living it. That was the preface of the Call Me Ted by Ted Turner with Bill Burke. I am going to read chapters from Call Me Ted, and it looks like we have someone on the chat. Hey, chatter. TTL Peppa Pig. Hello. Hi. How's it going? So you probably just heard the Ted Turner biopic in the sky preface. Any questions, or how are you today? So that was the preface of Call Me Ted on the Ted Turner biopic in the sky. I will now start the SKATER XL. Peppa Pig, what's up? Don't be afraid. How are you today, friend? Have you played SKATER XL? I've been playing off and on. I'm a casual gamer. This is the Pizza Life channel, where we do comedy, games, food, art. Ooh, missed that one. Thanks for jumping on the stream, Peppa. If you would like, please subscribe and like the stream. That way I can reach my goal of, I want to try to get 50 subscribers to this channel in 2021. We're sitting at 40 right now. I could really use the subscribers, and also the show is better with a community, so I'd like you to be a part of our community here. Any questions or topics you want me to talk about, or you can ask questions or whatever, please go ahead. Now I know why I don't play this level. It's kind of small. Kind of small for my taste. Yeah, all the way down. How's the sound, Peppa? Can you hear everything okay? See if we can get up and over on this thing. Ooh, big old bump. So we are 40 minutes into the stream. I'm gonna be streaming for an hour, unless you got something to say, Peppa. Oh yeah. So now that we're in the 40 seconds, let's really dive into the streams talk. This is your stream talk with James from the Pizza Life channel. So last week, Wednesday, the Adult Swim streams ended their live streaming with a very emotional last stream of what was the last shows? Fish Center Live and the William Street Swap Shop. They had their last streams, kind of a send-off. Adult Swim Streams is part of the AdultSwim.com website. normally, I'm speaking kind of in the past because it's no longer around anymore, but the streams were live streams that they hosted on their website, and also they would simulcast them like on YouTube or like Twitch. And the shows ranged from topics like internet news. There was a fish game call-in show called Fish Center Live. There was the William Street Swap Shop, which was a show that connected people together where they could switch items that the show would show. The show would show, which they would have the William Street Swap Shop gallery of items. You can check that out on the websites that they had for it, which was like swapshop.biz, I believe. I'll try to find some links later and put those in the information for this for the people not watching live. So what was I? So the William Street Swap Shop stream, they would show items and then people could call in and kind of offer what they would swap to it, and then they would celebrate the successful swap. They would also have guests on from the community of Atlanta, Georgia, which I loved. A lot of people that worked in the industry or were members of Adult Swim or like Cartoon Network. So that was the swap shop. The news and stuff, that was Stupid Morning Bullshit. It was a show with Sally Skinner, which originally was with Jono, who was like the co-host, which was like a normal kind of news program, but they would specialize in internet news, robot news, funny toys that poop, and other kind of things. I'm definitely giving a poor explanation of what the stream shows would be. Let's talk about some other ones. There was Assembly Line Yeah, with Ji-young and Anka. And what they would do on the show, they would have like a build. They would build something or create something and then kind of just talk about that. They would also have cool snacks from like Japan or whatever they brought. And it was just kind of like a sit and watch them make something kind of show. And then as well, all these shows, the streams have a chat that's involved with the shows. And there was a lot of like interactivity with the stream hosts and the chat, as well as just like people chatting together, which was my favorite part of it. Talking on a chat room board with all these people that loved cartoons. We all loved cartoons because it was Adult Swim. We're all kind of nerdy people, games, and then also kind of like counterculture, humor, and stuff like that. So like the chat was definitely a part of the interactivity of the show, and it was like really interactive. These are the people that actually work at Adult Swim, the digital department. And then so it was kind of exciting to be able to, be on the chat, post something, and then, someone that was a producer on one of your favorite cartoons or whatever, they would respond, or they would just like, shout out the chat. So we said, running through the shows, we just got done with Assembly Line Yeah. Other shows were like How to Draw with Adam and Terry. Really talented artists at Adult Swim. Loved their art styles, especially Adam. He had so much character. I'm talking like he's dead, but on the show you could see his art style, because like every show they would draw something new, and I loved Terry's. Just like he had so much character in his characters. That's like one of my favorite things. I don't care how accurate you can really draw something or whatever. I'm just more interested, personally, my taste, on the character and what you can show from it. I mean, everyone can take a picture and you can like copy that picture where it looks identical to it, but what can you do to show the other things that you can't tell in the picture? Like a picture's worth 1,000 words. Well, with a character drawing, I love someone that can, like, you can just tell automatically what this character is. Are they angry? Are they funny? Are they goofy? Those kind of things. So that was a brief explanation of how to draw. They would draw stuff. One of the things I won a Rick and Morty, the little blind for your car or whatever. I don't know what they're called. Right now I don't know what they're called. To block the sun. I got a Rick and Morty one. They gave me a t-shirt, which was medium. I'm a big boy. I'm like 6'2". I haven't weighed myself on a scale, but I'm big. I like the double extra large, so I couldn't wear it, so I gave it to my friend Cody, who was one of the hosts on my JRPH show that I produced. So that was how to draw. Let's go through other shows I can remember. Let's talk about one of the aspects of the early streaming program was they would have something called schedule. And what that was like an artist or just someone from the office or just like a selected person would draw the schedule of live streaming shows for that day. And that was really interesting because you could see, you know, these people that work at Adult Swim, their creativity and their humor, just like in them drawing and hanging out. They would choose songs. Part of the Adult Swim streams, and probably ending now with AT&T, is Adult Swim is very involved with like music, especially in the Atlanta area, and then new and up and coming artists. And the stream schedule show, and then also they had like time and temperature, would just play music. You could request music through the chat. And that was really fun because I love hearing what other people listen to and stuff. I'm eclectic in like my music taste. I love hearing, you know, rock music, punk, but I mean I love also ambient and like world music or like folk music from other countries. That's what I really like a lot, especially hearing traditional music from other places. I'm one of those kind of people that I don't care about necessarily how well the lyrics, like how, if it's poetry or if it is saying something underlining. I'm more about like the feel, I guess, of the music. So that was a brief explanation of Time and Temp. Other shows they had were Traveling Tuesdays, which I kind of thought was a continuation of, they had an early on show, which was like Tea Time or something like that, Tuesday Tea. And it was just an open-ended discussion with Zach White and whoever he had in on the show, and they would just like have some tea and have a discussion. A lot of the streams were just kind of, I mean, they were light entertainment, as Fish Center Live would describe the show. All were an hour long, I believe. I don't think really any of them were shorter. And another show, let's see. So we talked about Time and Temp. There could be still. For now, the streams are on hiatus, so who knows if they will come back. I hope they would, but it kind of sounds like a lot of people aren't going to be there anymore at William Street, which is really sad. Or not sad, it's just they were becoming something really big, and I thought, you know, a couple more years they would be like one of the most popular things on the internet. Until a lot of people in the chat, they were, but those shows aren't here anymore for now. Hopefully they'll come back. If you want to kind of see what I'm talking about, go to adultswim.com, then go to shows, and then look up the shows that I've mentioned, and they'll have either like full episodes or kind of like segments from those shows where you can kind of see what they were like. The more people know about the streams and talk about them, hopefully it could cause a little, you know, like the internet, a little viral, and they'll come back. But for now, they're gone, and all we can do is kind of just talk about them. Other shows, there was Okay, let's talk about the kind of newer shows. There was Roast Me Mommies, which was originally called... Oh wait, yeah. So Roast Me Mommies, which became the show Perfect Woman, and they would look at people's social networks and kind of like roast them online, and then at the end of the show, whoever was chosen via a poll would then be added to the Roast Me Mommies Instagram. I never submitted to that. I'd be too embarrassed. Just, I don't know. I'd be embarrassed. I wouldn't really care about being roasted because I've had enough experience of people just making fun of me. I can handle those kind of things, but I just get nervous about people reacting to my stuff, even if it's not positive or negative. I hate compliments and that kind of stuff. But that's Roast Me Mommies. They also had a show called Bottom Text, and that was a show that dissected memes, and they would make memes live on the show. They would have guests that were like creators of memes, and I definitely liked their kind of humor. They were not like your normal kind of people on the show, but I think that was a good thing. If we were all the same, it'd be a boring world, right? So that was Bottom Text. Yeah, they would have. It was basically a meme show. There was also shows like Block or Charge, which I kind of would describe as like an internet's America's Funniest Videos, and they would go through video clips and then describe or vote on, not vote, but they would, the host, I can't remember his name, is a basketball player or connected with basketball some way. So they would look at the videos and then either describe them, was that a block or was that a charge? Being like the person, they'd usually be someone falling or some kind of accident, like the kind of ones you would see on America's Funniest Videos, and then they would designate, was this a block or was this a charge? And that was pretty funny. I like clip shows of like pranks or people having accidents, just kind of like Jackass or like America's Funniest Home Videos. There was also Pico Chat, and that was by Ty, I believe, who also has his own streaming on Twitch, Ham Freeze. A couple days ago I watched him play Animal Crossing, and then they played this like vaporwave game. Ty's show, Pico Chat, they would have images submitted by people that sent them emails. A lot of the shows would accept, you would email them show ideas or like different things. This specific show, Pico Chat, they would have the images, and then you would vote through the chat, either like A or B, on an image. And then it was basically like a bracket, and it would go, the image that won would go to the next step in the bracket until there was a final. And that was Pico Chat. I ran through a lot of them. Let me see which ones I missed. Let's see. I already described Fish Center Live, which is the best show. Well, not the best show. That'd be stupid morning bullshit. But definitely the premier fish content show, especially for fish competition. They were the first and probably going to be the last, unless us the chatters make our own new Fish Center Live. I don't know. Let's see, what other shows did I forget? There was a Wham City, which is like a comedy troupe from, I think, Philadelphia, maybe? Wham City had multiple different shows. They would have like kind of like television dramas each day kind of thing, like the Call of Man, and then another one which I can't remember. I bet if you look up Wham City, you could probably find all the information on their shows. Wham City had other people, or not other people, Wham City had specific people that had their own shows, like Robbie Radcliffe, which was like EGI, Internet Gaming Information, which was kind of like a spoof of like a gaming show, which was really funny. They would have lists, and they would add games to the lists, and a lot of stuff was kind of awkward humor, I guess. Another show they would have was, one of the ones that aired last week was Fanfic Showdown, which I thought was really funny. They would write fan fictions and then do like a table read of them on the air, and then Brian, oh man, I feel bad for forgetting all these people's names. They're awesome people. Like the judge, and then someone would judge which is the best fan fiction on the Fan Fiction Showdown. I really thought the comedy was really funny on that show. So that was Fan Fiction Showdown description-ish thing I described. Man, I really wish I had some comments or people on here. If you're watching this after this is live streamed, please comment any questions, or like if you watch the streams, oh my god, let me know. I still am. They still have the chats up, but nothing's streaming from them really live. No shows, just the fish tank. I am 2 moves on the chat. A lot of the chat know me. Definitely I was there from early on, before they even had a chat integrated on their website. Originally, I started watching the Adult Swim marathons. They would have cartoon marathons. I'm totally about watching stuff for free. I don't like the streaming networks, or whatever they're called, streaming apps. I don't like that kind of stuff, paying subscriptions for stuff for low value, high markup, I guess. But they would show free marathons of cartoons, and they would also show marathons of like this new live shows that they had. And one of them, obviously, Stupid Morning Bullshit. I got into watching that, and then you could watch them live and then chat with them via Twitch. So I started doing that. I was like Infinite Triangle Forever was my username, and I really started getting into the streams at that time, watching all the shows. Ooh, one that I forgot, which is a really good one. It was originally called Dave and the Crossword, or Dave and the Crossword Guys, and then became like Community Help 'em Out or something. I don't know, but it eventually became Blood Feast, and it was a show where they would solve the New York Times crossword puzzle, and they would do poems at the beginning of every episode, which I was into that. I mean, poetry is something that's kind of dead unless you're part of it, I guess. So it's like, I think it's important for people to hear poems. Oh man, it's snowing outside. I might not be doing anything today. So they would solve crosswords, read a puzzle, or read a poem at the beginning. They also would do other games early on, like Spelling Bee, which I missed terribly. That was my favorite thing that they would do. They would also do like Sudoku, or games like Sudoku. And then they would also do kind of like little plays and whatnot on Blood Feast. The Blood Feast guys were Dave and Maxine Simone. Please look up his social networks: Morning Jazz 69, Morning Jazz Max, or Morning Jazz 69 Max. Please add him and share his content and stuff. Make him famous. We need to make Max famous. He also is the I don't know if he writes every episode, but he's the main person behind Game Setsu Machu Picchu, and they're airing season 2 right now, called Death Beats. That was the real interesting part of the streams, is like this was connecting us to the actual people that made programming on Adult Swim. There was also like a Toonami show with Gil and Jason DeMarco, where they would go through different things about anime, like they would have best of kind of lists that they would go through. They talk about the schedules for Toonami, as well as just like things coming up, and then as well they would host music on it. So that was Toonami. The Toonami stream, which I missed the last one. Let's see here. I'm listening to some Fish Cuts Volume 5 right now in the background. But we reached the hour of the stream. If you actually stayed to the end of this, let me know. I will give you something if you stayed and listened to this for a whole hour. Please let me know. I'm probably just going to be playing this for a little bit. And yeah, I'm going to try to stream every Monday now that I have Mondays off, because I had to get my hours cut. It's getting tough kind of out there. Let me know anything that you want me to stream. I.e. like with the games. I'm streaming right now on the PlayStation 4. I don't think you can stream on the Switch. And then I don't have the ability to capture the stuff except from directly like I'm doing right here. Or I could stream something on my computer. But thanks for watching my stream. I know it wasn't the most entertaining thing, but it was me just trying to do some light entertainment. Tune in for the next one for the continuation of the Ted Turner biopic in the sky. And thanks for watching. Please connect with me at pizzalife.us. That's my website, www.pizzalife. That's pizzalife.us. I have a rate pizza where you can fill in a form to rate a pizza. Anywhere, any kind of pizzas. You can submit your pizzas and then they'll be updated onto the website, as well as I have a guest book that you can sign, and you can look at other people's guest books. One of the shows I forgot to mention, Desperate Losers, where they would scratch tickets, lotto tickets, and they'd also kind of find avenues to make money. They actually signed the guest book, so you can go to my website and see their entry into my guest book. I think that's about it for now. Thanks for watching my stream. Love you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.